for streaming. Let me turn the Wi-Fi off of this one. What? TikTok. So sent to her. What are you saying?
Hello.
Say again?
Hello.
How's it going, man?
I'm good, and you?
Good, man. Yeah.
You from America?
Where are you from?
Right?
Yeah.
I'm from Portugal.
Oh, really? Hell yeah. Hey, do you fish?
Fish? What? What did
Do
you
you
say?
catch fish?
Not often. Not too often. Sometimes.
I was about to, oh, man.
You're
You
a
know, you
fisherman.
gotta fish here in Portugal.
You're a
You have to
fisherman,
be a
right?
fisherman. No, hell no. I just, thought that's what they do in Portugal. I thought everyone was a fisherman.
There's a lot of fishermen, yes, it's true, but also a lot of men like do it for hobby.
Yeah.
My
And it's a nice
father,
place, huh?
my father, he have like a harpoon, you know, and he doing underwater fishing,
Oh, yeah. Spearfishing.
spear fishing, yeah.
Yeah. That's dangerous, you know?
No,
You guys have sharks over there?
no, we don't have sharks.
What about
Sometimes
jellyfish?
dolphins, but not sharks.
You guys got the fucking jellyfish, right? Portuguese man of war.
Jellyfish, I know this, yes.
The tentacles, the little, you know.
Ah, yes. We have like really huge. It's 20 meters.
Yeah, man of war.
Caravela portuguesa, Portuguese caravel. It's like, and it's not only one. It's colony. It may be 5 guys with 20 meters tentacles, and it can paralyze you.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
Fuck that.
It can paralyze you, and you can be dead because of paralyze. You just cannot swim. But when it happens, we have scientists looking for this, and when it happens, like everybody get notice that in this place, this caravels exist.
Oh, they let them know. They warn them.
Yeah. But it's not too often because they exist in the middle of the ocean, and rarely they come closer to
the shore. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Well, they'll probably wash up if they do.
Yeah, but it exists, yeah. But
Hey,
the
what do you?
octopus is also dangerous. If you find a big octopus, he can.
Grab you. Yeah, you're done. Drown you, kill you. Fuck yeah. They got a big beak, you know, in the middle. Bite you. Fuck that, man. Yeah, I don't like the ocean. I stay on land. Unless it's like a lake.
But you swim in ocean once?
Yeah, many times.
You live close to the beach, to seaside?
Like 60 miles.
Nice. Where you live?
Yeah. California.
California. Nice. It's like
it's not so nice.
It's most expensive place in America.
Yeah. And it's the worst. Like, run state, politically run state. It's corrupt. So super corrupt.
I can imagine. Hollywood and everything.
What's up?
Hollywood. And you also have
that too.
Like this secret place, I forget this name. It's
Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they got there's they got a lot of shit. That's not even like, they got a place over in near like Coachella, like in the desert, and there's a fucking place, it's a compound, and they have they say it's just olive trees. They just make olives, right? But they have 20-foot wall, 20 feet concrete wall, all the way around, and 4 feet thick. 4 feet thick wall.
Yeah, I understand. 4 feet.
Why the fuck you need that for you're growing olives? What the fuck? And they like sue everybody that goes over, that flies over. You can't fly over there. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, there's a lot of, I'm always interested in, you know, shit that people don't really look into or know about.
Yeah, I also was looking into conspiracy theories like 10 years ago, and I was talking to one of my friends and said, oh, did you hear, like, I read that there are some Illuminati, that government rules the world and something like this, that secret societies and everything. Is it true? And
Yeah, like
the guy said, yeah, it's true. And for me, it takes time to understand that. And many people don't believe it.
And that's not just that. There's many other groups. It's not just, that's just the one that's main, you know, that everyone knows. But we're just talking about elite people, you know. It's not even, you know.
Yeah, you have like you have like different groups, like government, different areas.
Well, like you guys do. Well, like you guys do everywhere. You know, all the governments are corrupt. I mean, they're changing. Some places are getting better. I talked to a dude from Egypt. He said it's pretty good there now.
I don't hear nothing about Egypt, but I'm from Ukraine and living in Portugal. But I was born in Ukraine.
You're from Ukraine?
Yes, I was born in Ukraine.
I was born in Kaliningrad.
Kaliningrad. Oh, nice. You speak Russian, maybe?
Not anymore. No, I came here. I was adopted. You know, and
You was adopted.
yeah. Yeah, fucking sucked. That place sucked.
When you was at a child house?
Yeah, in an orphanage. Yeah.
Orphanage, okay. Can imagine Russian orphanage sucks. And you know what they do in Russia? Imagine if you are orphan, if you don't have parents, and you go to these houses, they can say you are not, you are deficient, you are crazy or something like this, and they put in different.
Take it away.
Yeah, because it is cheaper, and then you're fucked for whole life because you are not allowed to go to work, and it's make sense for them because it's cheaper, and they just claim normal people as crazy people and just ruin their life since childhood. It's crazy. I saw a documentary about this, and it's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. What do you think about the whole thing going on right now? Ukraine and Russia?
What did you say? Excuse me.
So what did you think about Ukraine and Russia, the incident?
It's
The whole little fucking thing on it, you know.
You know what? I didn't believe.
Oh no! What do you think about Zelensky? Sorry, real quick.
Zelensky. I think he is legitimate dude. I think he's a good guy. Because yes, you know why? You think Zelensky is bad because everybody is talking about him. And
no, I don't. It's not that. Like, the guy's a weirdo, bro. He's like, I've seen him from being an actor, and he's done some weird shit, some gay shit. Dude, I've seen him like.
Yeah.
No, he's not. And he's a kike, bro.
I know what I'm talking about. You're talking about video where he was dancing as a gay or something like this.
No, it was when he jumps in the guy. He jumps to a guy and he wraps himself around and he kisses the guy.
It was when he was a president already?
No, it was when he was acting.
I don't know, man. I know that he's an actor, and I also was like, I was against him. I was like, I was in opposition to him because I liked.
Good. He doesn't care about Ukraine. He'll let everyone die. He doesn't give a fuck.
But he is better. his best solution we have right now, because the other president, Poroshenko, you know who is Poroshenko?
Yeah, I remember. Traitor ass motherfucker.
He's traitor, yeah. I think he betrayed Ukraine, because when war started in 2014,
So did it.
when war started in 2014, he continued to keep his businesses with chocolate in Belarus and in Russia, and their chocolate still they still selling this chocolate till our days. And this guy, I don't believe him. He's bad. He's only cares about money. Other guys we had in Ukraine, we had like in 2004 we had revolution, Orange Revolution, and it was against one guy who falsificated.
Yeah, it was when the Civil War. Yeah, it was when they Donbass and Donetsk.
No, it was before. It was before 10 years before we had one revolution. It was peaceful revolution, but it was huge. And we like one guy. It was like similar in with Biden and Trump. Trump was saying that Biden falsificated the elections, and we had the same story. And people just say no, we don't want this election be accepted. We want like re-election again. We want to make re-election again. And people made re-election, and we choose our president. It was Yushchenko, and he had company with one woman called Yulia Tymoshenko. And these two guys, they like, everybody was thinking these guys cares about Ukraine, but we know now nowadays that they steal a lot of money, and they made pact with Russia to buy their gas and to their forces to stay in Crimea for 50 more years, and they fucked Ukraine, and they also sell our weapons to Russia, and nowadays they attack with our weapons. Can you imagine? We sell our weapons that was heritated from Soviet Union. We even have nuclear bombs. And we signed a pact like to don't have nuclear weapons.
I remember it. You gave them away. You gave them to Russia.
You remember this in news?
Yeah, I remember. Why? Why would you trust Russia? That was so stupid.
We signed a paper that Russia should protect us, and other countries also. It was like signed by France, USA, some countries that was interesting, like keep Ukraine without nuclear, because even America is.
And this was before the Civil War.
It was way before. Yes, it was when Ukraine gained independence.
Oh yeah, it was in like 90s or
90s. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember that. That's fucked, dude. It's like it's what is it? Like Libya. When they gave up their nuclear weapons, you see what happened to them. They killed them.
With Gaddafi. Gaddafi was willing to.
Gaddafi was the man, bro. He was a man. He knew what to do. He had it going on, man. Like, regardless of what you think of him as a person, like, he brought like so many tribes together, and his whole fucking outlook for society, was all figured out.
Oh, do you want to be friends on Facebook or Instagram?
Sure, man. Yeah.
I will send you my link. Wait. And you can add me.
Facebook.
Or you prefer Instagram?
You don't have a tag? Oh, my Instagram? You want me to type it in?
Yes.
Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me see. I don't even know what it is. 1 second.
Oh, I will type you mine.
Huh?
I will send you mine account. Wait.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me see. Search. Campaign.
It's a guy with
Sergey?
a mask. Yes, Sergey.
Okay. Have
Havyuk, yes, it's me.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Right on, dude.
Yes, accepted.
So you gotta go or what, man?
Yeah, I will speak with other persons. Nice
Hell
to
yeah,
meet
man.
you.
Yeah, God
Be
bless.
safe. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on, man? What's new?
My name is Sergio.
Sergio. Nice to meet you. Max.
Max. Where are you from? America? United States?
Yes, I live in California right now, but I've traveled around a bit.
Oh, we both like politics.
Yeah. Everything is political in the end, isn't it? Everything is ideology.
Oh, I put it just to say that I don't trust politics and I hate politics.
Mm-hmm. It's a monster, but it's also something that's inevitable in human society. I used to hate it as well, and I still do. You have to hate it to be aware of the dangers. But if you just reject it, that doesn't make it go away, and you leave it in the hands of people who want it, right? And what do you know about people who want power, who want control?
They are bad. If you
Generally.
Yes, if they want power, they want to control people, they want to make influence on people, to follow their interest, their own interest.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah. Not always. There are people in the world who genuinely want to help people, and that's the thing. So the turning point, I guess, for a lot of people is what you say is absolutely true, and that's one of the hardest parts, especially living in America and witnessing American politics, and also in like the UK. Look at Boris fucking Johnson. Come on. So like Donald Trump, the people that we leave, when sensible people say politics is bad, politicians are bad, these are facts. We turn our back to it. We leave it to the people who desire that power. And then they fuck everything up for everyone. It's difficult because we don't want to take responsibility. It's like, come on, it's just we can be logical people. I don't think we can.
Have you ever thinking about starting some community or starting some starting growing community or organizing community to change a world or help people do better? Something to help people. Have you have it in your mind?
Yes, and those organizations are around in my area, in some areas, not all. The issue is local politics is, even though it's the most crucial thing for most people, that's where the decisions that really change your life happen, are in your municipal, your local government, generally. That's boring for 90% of the people. They don't care about it. That we just had a local election in my county, and where we voted for our judges, our sheriffs, the people that control, the financial controllers, the biggest, most important positions in our city and in our county. And the turnout was pretty miserable. I think that we have about 1.5 million people in the county, and I think we had like just over 200,000 voted.
Oh. Nobody
So
votes.
nobody cares. What do you do with that kind of apathy? That's because that's what it is. I don't like politics. I'm not voting. All right, the people who do like politics are the ones who want to control you.
And have you voted?
Yes, I vote every election since I was eligible to vote.
Okay.
Where are you from? But if I may ask.
I'm living in Portugal, but I was born in Ukraine.
Okay.
Yes. And I experienced a lot like with politics because in my country, when I was in school, when I was 9 years old, they like whole school was wearing the signs of one political party, and we was like obligated to support this party. I don't know why, and it was not okay. And I just was testimony of this, how like people can be manipulated, and later they discover that that guy that they was following, like, yeah, it's our duty, it was not a good guy. Later they discovered that he was corrupt, he stole money, he did everything bad. But it seems like they don't care. They continue to support other guy with same enthusiastic, like, and it's a nonsense for me.
That's all of that. What you told me is very common in history. You know, when there's a populist movement, whether it's good or bad, the mechanisms that they use to establish themselves typically is to go through the students, get into the college campuses, establish yourself, look at the Cultural Revolution in China. That was a big part of that, was the Red Guard using the students to overthrow the older establishment. And then just like here in America, when we always knew Donald Trump was a shitbag, a lying, cheating guy.
But you know what? I believe he was better than Clinton, much better than Clinton.
Than Clinton? I don't know. I don't think so. Clinton's not great either. Fuck, you know, it's all bad. It's always all bad with American elections. You know, I don't know. It's hard to say who's worse. It doesn't matter anyways. But the point is, when it's come out after the fact, even more dirty things that he did, you know, his supporters are still just like, my fucking president, Donald Trump. You know, like, there's no, people cannot change their minds, it seems. They don't want to. So, like, I don't know.
So, what is your name?
Max.
Max. You told me. I forget about it.
That's right. And you're Sergey, right?
Sergey, yes.
Sergey. So, when did you leave Ukraine?
When I was 13 years old.
13?
13 years.
When I was in, I live in Sacramento, and this is a city where we've taken a lot of refugees from a lot of places over like the past hundreds of years. And so we have a lot of little cultural enclaves around. And it's funny, there's a Russian Orthodox community from when they were being, from like the pogroms in Russia.
Yeah, I know about this community. Russia wants them back, and they offer them money, not money, land and money they come back to Siberia. You can imagine this.
Go to Siberia from here. I tell you.
Some of them want to come back because they say, "Oh, it's our motherland. We need to come back." And the same.
They're not going to take that deal. It's great here.
Some of them take this deal. Yeah.
I'm sure some will. But we also have Ukrainians. We just took 12,000 Afghan refugees.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I actually just got a phone number from one of the Afghan fathers, because my daughter rides to school bus with like 6 of these children, and it's cool. I'm happy for them and every refugee that gets to come, especially here to Sacramento, because it's a very nice place to be. It's very hot, but it's nice.
Yeah.
I wish that their homes weren't ruined. I wish they could live in their homes, but That's not the way the world is
happy
going.
that these places exist, and I'm sure that California is much better than Portugal for refugees. No,
Probably. I don't know much about
yeah, it's much
Portugal.
better. You don't want
Yeah.
to stay in Portugal. Portugal was the third poorest country in European Union before
Wow.
Bulgaria and Romania joined it.
That's crazy when you think about historically how Portugal, for a period of time, was king of the world.
Yeah, and you know what? The one writer, Fernando Pessoa, he wrote about Portuguese. It's people with, how did you say? It's people with rich mentality, poor people with rich mentality. What he said about Portuguese people nowadays, and it's true. They have like a lot of money. Oh, we are cool. We're going to restaurants every day, but at the end, like they're poor. They just like to pretend to be rich, to waste, to make show off, to waste money, or have this mentality. I'm cool. Like
Yeah. That's too bad. Yeah. I think a lot of people do that. There's a lot of stereotypes. Like I think the Romanians, like in New York, we have a lot of cultural enclaves as well, and there's this stereotype of the Romanian who's just like big hairy man covered in like, he wears a nice shirt and fancy jewelry and drives a fancy car, but his house is a shithole and like his restaurant is terrible, but like he spends the money on the nice things. Like,
yeah.
oh well.
It's kind of true about Slavic countries that the guys, like young guys, they want to have a nice car, like BMW or Mercedes or something like this.
Yeah, I think that that's a stereotype that, like, car culture is definitely a big part of the American stereotype and truly the American culture. Like, you got to have a nice car. It's a status symbol. I don't. I drive a junker. It's great. I love it.
But there's difference in America. Imagine, like in America, they drive cars that cost 1,000, a lot of money. Yes, and here in Slavic country, they drive a car that costs like nothing, and they think they're cool just because it's BMW or Mercedes.
Yeah. Oh, it's something that it's universal. People try to compensate for things. I always laugh I don't laugh. It's kind of sad when you see like the apartment complexes around here where we have a housing crisis in the United States. People can't afford homes to live in. People with jobs and, they should be able to get a house to live in, but they can't. It's that whole thing is complicated, but there's people that live in apartments, they're renting apartments, and they have like cars outside where the monthly payment of the car is more than the house, the apartment that they're living in. If they sold the car, they could afford to pay payments on a home, but like they want the car more.
And they still pay rent, I understand.
Yeah, but it's the system set up that way,
It's what people are looking. It's what people are looking.
Yeah, true.
And you have your own house?
Yes, I'm very fortunate. I have my house. I have a job. So I'm okay. But there's a lot of people that are not.
Yeah, I have a lot of my friends that, for example, my best friend, he is 30 years old, and I know him since I was 15. We grew up together, and he didn't reach anything till 30. He didn't have a wife, he didn't have a house, nothing. Yes, he had a house in Ukraine, but still he didn't have some cool job or cool studies he did. He just, I don't know, he was just lost all this time. I know what I'm talking because I was lost with him. But later I went to the army. I think, wow, I need to stop it because I was working in constructions without having some specialized skills. And then I think, well, I need to change something. And then I went to army just to organize myself better. And later I found a nice job. and later I found my girlfriend, my future wife, yes, and that's it. We now have a house and everything.
Yeah, yeah. That's when I was younger, when I was like a teenager, there's a lot of pressure on you to be like, what are you going to be? What are you going to do? Figure it out so you can start getting it done. And I did the same thing I saw as your friend, where it's just like I was lost for a long time. I didn't know what I was going to do. But then me and my girlfriend got pregnant, and I was 23.
Okay.
And at the time, I was just working in a coffee shop and, making those cappuccinos with the flowers on them and all of that. And I needed to do something. And I could never choose. I love all kinds of things. So I chose computers because, like, great, I can do computers. I'm smart at them. So I got the computer thing done. I got my certifications, got married, got the house. But like, if I didn't have the kid to motivate me, I may have done something like joined the army, or like I was on the brink to be like, something's gonna change, because I was 23 and I still didn't have a plan or an idea.
Yeah, and it was the same age with me. Like, it was 33 when I realized, like, I need to move. I need to do something. Yes.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. There's people make a lot of ideals about like people that you're doing something that really motivate, that you love. Like, I don't love the industry that I work for. I love technology. I love computers. I love the future that this is bringing us. But the company I work for, it's so boring. I don't like it.
Can you tell me the name of company you're working?
Well, you wouldn't know it. It's a local. It's title insurance. So like when people buy a house in the United States, they have to buy insurance for the financial transaction. It's really stupid. It's an American thing, and like the company I work for handles all of those transactions and like insures the money that's being used to buy the property, and then insures the ownership of the property before and after the sale.
And what is your function? What is your position of function? What are you doing?
I'm just a systems administrator, so I manage the email databases, the user accounts, all the systems that they use to do their job. I manage that, but I actually don't know anything about the job that they do. Because it's stupid. It's paper pushing. It's a whole industry, and we do this a lot in America. We invent industries.
Wait a minute. You managing, you administrator of databases, but you don't know nothing about databases, how it works?
No, I know how the databases work. I know how the things I manage work. But when they call me and say, I'm having trouble with this escrow document 25, this thing with the transaction I'm doing isn't working. This is really complicated and stupid. There's a whole part of the industry that I don't manage, I don't do, because I just do the computers that run all their shit. Anyway, I don't like it.
Yeah,
I like computers though.
Yeah, I also like computers. But yeah, I don't like how our company is organized also, because like I'm technical support, and my main job is be chatting with people and speak with people and understand what is the problem and try to solve it. And when I cannot try to solve it, when I cannot solve it, I escalated it to another tier. And tier 2 and tier 3 is in India. And when we escalate to these guys, they just do nothing. And it's...
Oh my God, dude. Yes. All right. Yeah. So I do a lot of this kind of stuff too. But I'm just interior. So when my phone rings, it's just people that work for my company. So that's kind of nice. But we have been working with Microsoft on some issues we were having. And these tier 2 support Microsoft dudes are the most useless fucking guys. I cannot believe I wasted so much time with them. And then in email transactions, we're like, the issue resolved itself. So we're like, hey, we have the ticket. And we say, we're not like quite happy with the resolution. Can you give us more information on what diagnostics you ran to tell us so we can continue to look into this? And they responded and said, oh, we just ran some diagnostics from our side. And we said, okay, can you tell us which diagnostics or what you were testing or what you determined with those diagnostics? And they kept like pushing back, like they didn't want to tell us what they fucking did, because I suspect they didn't do anything. I don't trust them.
Probably. In our cases, we just wait. They will just email us and say, oh, we will try to resolve it. Then they just wait 2 weeks and they will say, oh, we tried to resolve it, but it passed 2 weeks, so it passed time, so we just will close this case. And
those guys are farming money. They're farming contract money.
Yeah, it's true. It's not farming. It's farming and washing money.
Oh, that too, I bet. Yeah. I didn't even consider that for sure. Damn, dude. It's annoying. That's why I like that we do everything we can in-house. And so 99% of the time when something breaks or something's going wrong, I just go and I message it or I fix it myself because I know where that server is. I know what process needs to get kicked. Like, I'll just go kick it. But that's all changing. We're transitioning to O365 and all this shit. So now we have to rely on Microsoft global databases, which, like, I'm a futurist. I want the world's networks to be more decentralized and globally interconnected and hardened against failure.
What does mean decentralized? It's mean transparent, or it means that you cannot chase it, you cannot understand where it comes from?
You can have a decentralized network that has one or both features. It depends how you design it, right? The reason I want it isn't so that everything is untraceable. I'm still on the fence when it comes to the privacy debate. We can get into that, but like, when it comes to the network, I'm more concerned about the single points of failure. So that we've got our global network set up. Now, the satellite thing is going to help cover a lot of that failover, but as it is, we've got just a handful of intercontinental fiber sections that are handling a vast majority of global commerce and communication, right? And so those are susceptible. The power grid's a whole other thing. Got to decentralize that too, because you can't have just a single point of failure that can take out service for millions, hundreds of millions of people.
When you're talking about decentralized, I remember about crypto, because Bitcoin is decentralized, and I heard some people say, like, you know, this whole time that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency existed, a lot of people did a lot of dirty jobs on dark web, like selling drugs, selling weapons,
funding terrorism. Yeah.
Dirty jobs. And they're saying, like, they will become some time, maybe in 10 years, 20 years, when this transaction will be shown, will be transparent, and you will be able to trace everybody who did these shitty dark jobs.
That'd be nice.
Can you believe this? Like, that it goes up and be transparent?
That they're going to be able to decrypt it and find out? Yeah. Maybe. I honestly, I don't know too much about the details of how all of that encryption works and what attributes are and aren't traceable. Because there's a lot of misinformation. There's talk. I'll give you this little thing to fucking fuck with you. The best. This is a conspiracy theory that the CIA created crypto coins. Because at a certain point in the fight against global terrorism and drug and sex trafficking, they were having trouble tracing financial transactions, because that's how they get these guys on the money, right? So the theory says that the CIA created cryptocurrencies and are holding the keys and are just hunting for big fish using this global decentralized trade, cryptocurrency network.
To find
So
batteries.
that's the theory, that it was compromised from the beginning.
And nobody knows who created Bitcoin. It's like a mystery.
Exactly. So that's fuel for the fire.
You know,
I
regret
don't.
a lot.
Hmm?
I regret a lot because I know that Bitcoin exists, and 2010 I already know that it exists, and it was worth like something 50 cents or something
Me
like
too,
that.
dude. Me too. I should have just got some when I heard about it, and I was like,
Yeah, for
"Huh, that's
$10,
cool."
only for $10, it will be enough.
And I was like, "That's neat. I don't need it though. What am I? I don't need any Bitcoin. There was nothing in me that was like, oh, bicycle." But you know what? There's a million people in the world who like, I heard about Apple. I never bought Apple stock. There's people that bought stock in Apple when it first started, I don't know. I don't trust crypto. I don't hold any. I don't trust it. I don't have a need for it. And it's just used for so much nefarious stuff.
Yeah.
It's the black
I
market.
used to make some money with crypto last year. I made like from $100, I made 2,600. But then
Nice.
later I lost 2,000.
Oh no, so you just about broke even.
Broke even?
Yeah, it sounds like you just about broke even, so that's good.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't even have any stocks. Like I'm not a gambling type of guy. I don't really like taking risks. And I think mainly because I don't really have the space to take risks. I got a wife and a kid and a house I'm paying for and bills and shit. So it's like I can't play with my money. I gotta just get it, keep it, spend it when I have to. In America, we're the middle class. We're one disaster away from financial ruin. I'm one medical accident away. I'm a broken arm away from being fucked.
Yeah, I hear about this insurance system you have.
It's terrible. It's a nightmare. Just dealing with it, even when it works, it's a nightmare. My wife is in tears. She handles the insurance for the household. And she's in tears on the phone. She spends 3 hours battling with people on the phone just to get it to work. Just for them to agree about how much money we make and shit like that. Like, it's wild, dude. It's an evil system when you're working, when you're crawling through the mines of health insurance. And it's just like, it's fucking wretched.
And what do you think about Nordic countries in Europe, like Norway, Holland?
Finland? I wish we could have something like that.
But yeah, we planning to migrate to Holland in future. Yes, it's way better.
That'd be a nice place. I know they don't have to worry about things like that. Oh, we got a dog?
Yeah.
Oh,
German
beautiful. Oh, what's the name?
Muse.
Musa. Beautiful. I'll show you mine.
Oh, wow, you have multiple cameras.
Oh, yeah. This is Parmesan. Hey, Parm.
I saw him. I saw him already. Olha o cão. Look at the doggy, Musa. Olha o doggy.
This is Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. They're all the same. They all red.
Those two are. I also have a black and a gray cat around here somewhere. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, I got a lot of cameras.
Nice. It's like for security reason.
And now I stream on Twitch.
You're streaming, and you have a lot of people watching right now.
No, I'm not. I'm not live right now. No.
Okay.
No, I don't like, I wouldn't, I'm not comfortable with like putting people on the internet without their knowledge or like consent. Like, even though you're on omegle, you've only agreed to talk to one random person. So I wouldn't make you be in front of me plus an unknown number of hidden people. Some people do it. It's not for me.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I do stream. I'm like a 10 viewer Andy. I don't have a lot of people. Like 10, sometimes 15 people.
And how do you started streaming?
How did I start?
How do you started streaming? Like with what? It was with omegle or with video games, with other things?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I started with gaming on Twitch. I was playing Elite Dangerous, like a space flight simulator. It's really fun. And then I don't play that game anymore, but now I do. I have my microscope, so I take microscope pictures with of like little microbes and stuff. Looks like oops, be silent. You know, I take videos and pictures of little microbes and shit on Twitch and play video games and talk about news and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a good. Can we be friends on Instagram or Facebook or Twitch or somewhere?
Sure, yeah. Let's see, I mostly post things on TikTok and I'm live on Twitch. I do have Instagram, but I'm pretty bad about posting on there. I need to get better. What do you prefer? This is my...
I prefer Instagram.
That's my Insta.
Okay.
And on there, when I have like good shit, I try to post it everywhere, so... Actually, I have something I need to post on Instagram. I gotta get better at doing that, because so many people around the world are on IG, and I'm missing out.
Video, what does mean video?
Well, it's just like video games, or videos, vidya, but I learned in Hindi it means knowledge, which I think is kind of funny because I do some educational stuff too. I do my science, I look at microbes, we learn about what they are, and I talk about science and technology pretty frequently. So
you know what? One night I have like a dream, and someone talked with me and said like 80% of your body is microorganism. It's true?
Not 80%, but you are not just you. There's a certain percentage of your body mass that is made of organisms that have different DNA, that are separate organisms from you. They have their own life cycles and they live and die and breed in your body. Yes. Those are your microbes. It's your microbiome that lives in and on you. It's on your skin, it's in your breath. That's why some people's BO smells different than somebody else's, because there's a slightly different biome, little differences in the kinds of germs that are living, you know, and eating and shitting and pissing on your skin to make your BO, make you stink. If that's your microbiome. And long before you can smell it, even fresh out of a shower, your skin, in all the little nooks and crannies, your microbes are still there waiting to repopulate and live on the surface of your skin and in your esophagus. An infant child,
but
when
they're
they're
parasites living in our skin or what? Like your
what is it?
It's
like
like parasites, these microorganisms, or just part of our skin?
They're not parasites. They're just a part of our skin. Yeah, they're a part of it. It's symbiotic. They can help our bodies work. So like your gut microbiome, the microbes that live in your stomach and all down through your intestine, they play a very important role in your digestion. They've evolved alongside humanity for hundreds of millions of years to aid in our digestion. Like they're a symbiotic life form. That's why when infants are breastfeeding from their mothers, that first drink, literally the first drink of milk that a baby gets is loaded with a dose of, like, it's almost like an inoculation. It's a whole batch of microbes that go into the newborn baby's gut, which is somewhat sterile. There's no microbes in there when they're born. They get populated by the mother through her breast milk.
Wow, what's an
Yeah.
interesting fact. And what about your faith, your religion?
I'm an atheist, but I'm not like, I guess it's complicated, as it should be. Anyone's relationship with faith should be complicated, I think. Even though people like to make it sound simple, it's not. I was raised with the exposure to a lot of different religions. And as an adult, I just simply don't have time for it. It doesn't matter. Matters of the eternal. If they're just here to inform my morality in this life, then I'm fine. I don't need it. My morality is pretty good. I reduce suffering. I try to make joy. I love, and I am as kind as often as I'm possibly capable of. And that's made me a hell of a lot better Christian than most of the Christians I run into in this country, at least. So.
I think it's a question not of morality, but the life after that.
That's something that is, for me, is unprovable and unfalsifiable. Because if God made me in his image and wants me to live the best life, he gave me my senses and my sensibility, and have been using those as best I can. And everything tells me that I don't need to worry about the afterlife, because it doesn't matter now.
It's not it's not a question to be worried or to have a fear. It's question to to participate on this. Like what I mean on this, if you're a believer, if you believe in Christ, you will have like some closer position after life with Christ, and you will be judged differently.
Okay, so you're talking about Pascal's wager, right? Have you heard of this?
Pascal, yeah, the five proofs that God exists.
Yes, Pascal's wager said that basically an atheist is taking a bet, saying, I don't believe God is real. And you're betting that you're right. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to show up at the pearly gates and I'm going to be judged. And I'm going to be judged harshly. And Pascal said that's a dumb wager, right? Because if you're right and God isn't real, then nothing matters anyways. And if you're wrong, you go to hell. So why not just believe in God? That's the wager. And so I accept that wager, because if all of that is real and true, and the wisdom that God has handed us and all of his scriptures and all of the combined wisdom of the prophets and the disciples and everything we've collected and compiled, and I've done a lot of reading, everything that's taught us, if all of that hinges on a simple act of compliance and obedience, then I judge that to be a petty, harsh, and cruel God who's not worthy of my love. Because I was taught in the scripture to be loving and kind and open. And God gave me my senses and my wisdom and my intellect and my discernment and my credulity to weed out the insidious falsehoods that are all around us. And so I just don't waste my time with it. If I go to heaven and God is there and I go, oh shit, I was wrong. Real shit, this is God? And he'd be like, yeah, you fucked up. You're going to hell. I'd be like, fine, send me to hell. I'll suffer for eternity. This is what you get. You loved me.
It will be not like this. It will be, imagine, there are two judgments. One judgment for everybody and another judgment only for Christians. And on this, if you're not Christian, and imagine if you have opportunity of your life to hear a real message of salvation, real message of Jesus Christ, so you can be judged as you refuse it many times, and you can go to hell like this, is what I believe.
Yeah.
But I'm not God, and it's not me that will judge you. And don't believe, like it's even written in the Bible that don't say this person will go to heaven or go to hell, because not your hand who put out Jesus out to the groove, and it's not your hand who put Jesus on the heaven. So we don't know who go to hell or who goes to heaven. But what
I
I'm
wish
talking
that
about,
I wish that more people were. You're being very accepting, and I appreciate that, because I wish that more people were as generous in their temperament about things like this.
Because nobody can say, like, don't believe these people who are saying, oh, this person is going to hell or heaven, because we don't know. Maybe only God knows. And what I wish to say, like, that yes, we was born in this world, but we was born already on the world that was given to devil, that was given to corruption, and because of this, we are living in this. We are living in this time of when we need to make a choice to stay on a good side or to be on a bad side. But when you know Jesus Christ, and when you realize that He died for you and He resuscitated, you become with another view and another knowledge. But you need to read it on Bible, and you need to find someone who will speak to you about this.
Yeah, I have for many years.
Excuse me, I will speak. Алло? Что? Что? So I'm here back.
1 second, I'll be right back.
Okay.
So,
Can
can
I say something? My story, it will be 1 minute on.
Sure.
So how I believe, when I was 17, I was also not only atheist, I was like Satanist. I was hating everything that is Christian. And my friend, he went to the church, and it was not usual church, not Catholic church, and I thought it is a cult, it is something bad, and I went into this church with thoughts that I hate it and I will destroy it. It's not true. I will speak with pastor and with everybody and will say about my position. But later, like 2 weeks later, when I went second time, they asked to come and accept Christ. I thought I will go to accept Christ just to pretend like that I'm with them. But when I start saying these words that I believe in Christ, I believe that He resuscitated and died for me, it changed my view. I start crying, and I start like feel different about everyone, everything, every single person. I just was fulfilled with feeling of love, and that's it.
That's a common experience. It's called, the word for it is a numinous experience, when you have that feeling of being filled with love and community and communion with something greater than yourself. I'm familiar with it. I've experienced it a lot.
Can you write it down?
Numinous. I'll write it for you. Numinous. Yeah, you can look it up. Numinous. Numinous. That's the word for that feeling of oneness and being connected with this greater power, right?
Yeah.
That's something that is, I believe, well, not just I believe, but is the scientific literature and study of neurology and anthropology and the chemical history of the development of the human brain and human society. The numinous feeling is core in the early history of human social development. And long before, ages before Christianity ever existed, the people on earth were having this sensation, this feeling when they were doing their pagan rituals, or their just pure raw animism, worshiping the sun itself for all of its majesty. Whatever it was that they were pouring their spirit into was reflecting that numinous feeling back into them and connecting them to their peers. And it served a crucial role in evolution and development of human society. And it's something that, as an atheist, I love the feeling and I know how to get it. And we all have different activities that can bring us that closeness and higher connectivity. For me, it usually comes after a grueling hike. I'll go climb a mountain, and there's usually some fasting involved with that. And then I'll get to the top of the mountain. I'll be with a few close loved ones. And even before I've ingested any mind-altering substances, there's already a high, a euphoria, and this building connectedness, right? Sometimes you do some acid up there, sometimes you don't. But there's truths in Christianity because there's truths in all human spiritual endeavor. But for me, at the core, if I want to take a backtrack to just like accepting Jesus and the facing judgment in the afterlife question, there's no reason why, for me, that I can see that makes Christianity any more true than any other religion.
It's not like you go to judge. Everybody will be judged. Like everybody, when Christ come, it says in Bible that everybody will fall on the knees.
It says that in the Bible, but I don't believe the Bible. Like, why the Bible? Why not the Elder Futhark? Why not the Bhagavad Gita? Why not the
because Bible till our days is historical book when you can search for roads and cities, and till our days archaeologists use Bible to find those roads and those lost cities in
because the Bible was written over a period of many hundreds of years and does include some historical locations and individuals. Absolutely. That doesn't mean that the whole of it is true. There's a great Greek author by the name of, oh gosh, what was his name? Hang on, wait. The father of history, they call him Herodotus. Herodotus. Right? The father of history, he's called. Because
Aeneida.
Yes, he wrote the Ida, yeah. He and many other things. His job when he was alive was something kind of like a news reporter / public performer. Everything he wrote was written to be performed in the public square, right? He told stories that were based on factual events. He would report on battles or endeavors or things that happened, but because they had to be performed and because he wanted people to tell of these stories, he would always spice them up. Herodotus was also called the father of lies. Hey, I got you. This is a great talk, but listen, man, I respect you and I respect.
It's very interesting, but I don't willing to interrupt you, but I really need to go. But
that's fine. I understand. I actually have to go too. I got to get back to work. But listen, I respect you. I just always ask questions. Always stay curious. Modern Satanism is rad. I do like to say Hail Satan, even though only Christians believe in Satan, and I'm not a Christian. So there is no Satan. But hail yourself. You're a prince, sir. Have a good day.
Okay, stay safe. Have a good day.
Bye.